All right, cool. All righty, I want to welcome on my next guest. We got two-time Super Bowl champion and the New York Giants all-time rushing touchdown leader, Brandon Jacobs. Brandon, how's everything going?
Everything's going well, man. Just living life, enjoying life, and just trying to stay safe, coaching kids, raising kids, the whole nine.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But all is definitely well, though.
Glad to hear it. Yeah. So first, I want to talk about your Giants because all's not well right now in New York. What are your thoughts? 0-4, right? I think 0-4.
0-4, man.
What do you
No
think?
question. 0-4.
Anything fixable that you've noticed, or do you think it's just not their year?
I don't even know what I'm watching sometimes, man. I hate to see us down, like this. Losing Saquon was, a tag on the chin, and we was having issues quite before he went down. The guys just got to stay together, pull through, and just get through the year, keep fighting every game just to go in and not get blown out and compete. Actually be there at the end of the game, have an opportunity to win, at least, to get through the season. But I don't know what's going on.
And then also going on in the NFC East, I'm assuming, I know you saw a lot of not the greatest quarterbacks in Washington while you were in New York. What are your thoughts on the situation with Dwayne Haskins?
Well, my whole thing is with Dwayne Haskins, man, like the Washington football team went out of their way to draft that guy. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they drafted him. He seems to be doing okay. I don't know. And to get here and what would be his third season, second season?
Second. So I think he started 11 games. He started.
Okay, so and then put him on the bench for, I would say still okay quarterback play, not too crazy, but okay. But I don't get it. I don't understand why they made that, that decision to do it that way and pay him the type of money they're paying him.
Yeah.
And drafted him as early as they did. So I don't know the movement behind it. I don't know what's going on, with it, but I think it was the absolute stupidest thing that an organization could have done.
Interesting. Yeah, and I know a lot.
But I got to leave that to Washington football team.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a little about your football career. So I have a question. So I saw you grew up in Napoleonville, Louisiana. Is there any other professional football players ever come out of Napoleonville, Louisiana?
We have, our county, yes. Or should I say our parish, not county. But in Napoleonville, I think, Johnny Needs came out. He came out of there. Then after me, during Tremont Williams,
of course.
in the same county, Jordan Mills. So we got a good bit of people out, and everything around, is close. So even, nearby counties and cities, people, still got people in the NFL, so we're good. It's definitely new for the area still, like, even though I've been out 6 years, but it's still pretty cool, to be from a very small town that's unique, and, it's very unique. You won't find many cities like it. I promise you that.
Yeah, and
I promise you won't find anywhere like that.
Yeah, so when you were telling people early on, like, hey, I'm going to be in the NFL one day, what were they saying?
Just looking at me crazy, especially the teachers, the ones I was at school with, being bad with, they never believed it. But
and then
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And then so the fast forward, so then you go to Coffeeville Community College. I saw that Mike Rozier went there too, Heisman Trophy winner.
Mike Rozier did go there. Yeah, he did. Mel Gray, I think, went there as well. A kick returner from that was with the Detroit Pistons. I mean the Lions, not the Pistons. The Lions.
Based on the Pistons this year, they might have some returners or kick returners based on the Pistons.
Oh man. Right.
And so what was that your time there like? Did it help develop you? Did it just kind of put you on the map?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I wish I could have been there 4 years. My first time being away from home, turning into an adult, meeting all kind of new people. It was great. And it was one of the best places I went to, and it's still one of the best places I've been to because of the time of life I went there. And it was that the place meant a lot. Mean a lot to me. My teammates and stuff like that. So Coffeeville was a blast, man. I loved it. I loved it.
Is there a good Starbucks around there or not?
They didn't have one then, and I doubt they have one now. Well, they may have one now though.
Yeah, they
They may
should.
have one now.
They can sell
Yeah.
T-shirts. Welcome to the
Yeah.
Coffeeville Starbucks. That would work. Yeah, these things.
Yeah. Right.
I got these air traffic controller headphones on. I'm getting these calls from what do you call it? JFK. So no, so from there you go to Auburn, but you're not like the de facto starter. You've got a couple guys in front of you. What was that experience like?
It was cool. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm not gonna say I didn't necessarily didn't. I couldn't stay in the situation. You understand what I'm saying? I couldn't. But that one year I was there, it was kind of frustrating, just for a tad. But then again, I still have fun playing in a big stadium on a high level. Still get the chance to show what I can do at times. So I think it was fun. I take it. Would I sit through it again? Would I put myself in a situation like that again? Or would I tell another college football player to do the same? No, I don't agree with that, and I wouldn't do it again. But while I was there, while it lasted, it was a blast.
Interesting. And then, so what made you transfer to Southern Illinois?
Well, being at Auburn and given the fact that we had number 2 draft pick overall in 2005 and number 5 draft pick overall in 2005 in the backfield, I was the third one. Right, those guys got drafted in the top. I got drafted in the 4th round, so it was, I wanted to be able to have opportunity to show myself more. I wasn't getting enough playing time at Auburn, so I left, went to Southern Illinois, where I got the time I needed to be seen.
Yeah, and then so when you get to the Giants, yet again, there's another established starter. How did you react to that? How did your mindset change?
All bets were off then. I made it to the goal. I got to the goal. I never thought I'd play 9 years. I made it there. So I was behind Tiki. I had, Mike Cloud. I had some guys there. So, hey, having a chance to meet Strahan and Eli Manning, I got drafted into that. So I went in. I'm good. But then, me starting to compete, going through practices, seeing that some of my, some of the defensive players throughout the NFL was afraid that as the preseason went on, they were, man, you big dude, bro. You big. So that told me a lot about them. That told me a lot about what I had. So I started running hard.
Hey, I have a question about Strahan. Did you ever see him being on like national daytime morning show TV from the first time you met him?
No, I never seen the guy he's turned into. Never did. I'm not saying he was far away from where he is. He was very, he articulated himself well, very intelligent, smart. Um, he is all of that, but I never seen, this I guess personality that he has on television, and it's real. I guess he's made it big, man. He is doing his thing, man. I take my hat off to Mike, man. He's doing a great job. That's my guy, man. Take my hat off to him.
I don't know how he does these late Thursday nights, and then he's up at like 6.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. Yeah,
He does it with these different personalities at times.
Yeah.
Like, dude, they're pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's going from Howie Long to whoever's on the morning shows.
Yeah, right.
Now, the one that really gets me is Jay Williams when he's doing these finals games and he's up at 6 a.m. the next day. I'm like, how does he do it? It's wild. And then so fast forward, so that 07 season, you guys do exceptionally well. And then week 17, you play the Pats for the first time. Can you take me through that?
Week 17, we didn't know whether or not we were going to play or not. We wasn't complaining if Coach Coughlin would have said, hey, you guys got to play. We wouldn't have been angry because that's what we were paid to do, is go and play football. So we played. Nonetheless, we had some guys get hurt. Played the full game. We almost beat them. But that definitely gave us a lot of confidence going into the playoffs. So I say once again, Coach Coughlin made another great decision. Among all the other great decisions he's made throughout his coaching career. So we played, and he gave us the juices and the confidence we needed to go farther.
What was he saying to you guys before the game to get you all ready to go? Anything that stuck out?
Well, one point he brought up to us, he said, well, Patriots, they're 15-0, and they've clinched their division, and they've clinched the number 1 seed in the AFC. Why aren't they sitting there, guys? Why aren't they sitting their guys? We're not going to sit our guys. We're going to play. All right, let's play. And that's what it was about. Because they weren't sitting there players. They were playing. All of those guys played. They full roster played a full football game. And did not expect to be in one. But they did.
Were you surprised that their starters played that game?
I didn't really think of it, to be honest with you. I didn't really care. All I knew from the beginning that we were playing. I was playing.
And then so you guys narrowly lose that heading into the playoff. What was your mindset going into there? Like we could have beat that team, just give us another chance?
Our mindset was speaking, what if we do this? You know the Patriots aren't gonna want to play us again after last week. What if we? But we what if we enough to talk it into existence. Played hard throughout the whole way, never had nothing to lose. Nobody never gave us any credit. And it is what it is. We just kept playing. It wasn't no big deal to us. We kept playing and knowing that, listen, this will be our last game. Went out there and we put it all on the line, and we ended up where the Patriots didn't want us. Playing them, representing the NFC. And they knew what was going to happen. They knew it.
And I know that David Tyree was not having a good week in practice that week, right?
No, David couldn't catch a cold. He couldn't catch a cold, butt naked, soaking wet in Alaska. Wow. Couldn't catch one. But somehow he came up and had two big plays in the Super Bowl. The helmet and a touchdown in the back of the end zone off the Z-pop.
I got a question for you. Since they're both made by Giants receivers, what's the better catch, the helmet catch or Beckham's a couple of years ago against Dallas?
That's a tight one. I got to give it. The degree, the difficulty of completion is definitely Odell Beckham.
Yeah, but the game, where it happened, I don't know, it was like week 5 or something. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's really, just ability-wise, you can look at, man, great ability to make that catch. Yeah. I'll take David Tyree one in the situation, in game situation, it was in all day, every day.
Do you know if David kept that ball? Because I feel like you had to keep that ball.
He better keep that ball. He better have that ball.
Yeah.
He should have it. I'm pretty sure he does, because we was all taking our stuff when we did something with the ball. So we're all taking it. So I'm pretty sure he did keep it.
And then Plaxico scored directly after, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so what was the reaction like for you guys? As soon as basically knowing that it was over.
Well, Richard, I just remember Richard Seymour. He had been talking noise to me the whole game, which was cool. We were just talking back and forth, and I can remember David making that catch, and Richard was walking down the field, and I come up behind him like, "Yeah, we making catches like that. This game is over, partner. We about to beat y'all. Y'all know it."
You probably didn't say anything bad. You just kept walking.
You were just walking up to the thing.
That's awesome.
Big Rich.
So what was that?
Man, Big Rich was a beast, though.
And then so once the clock hit 0-0s, I saw you just kind of froze and just kind of taking the moment.
I went and sat on the bench and just watched and just looked.
When did it hit you that you guys were Super Bowl champions? Was it immediately, or was it like a week after?
It was really right after we won it. What made it set in the most, as you remember, as somebody listening that's not being a part of a Super Bowl or somebody winning the Super Bowl, how much the news cover are you leading up for those 2 weeks? And as we got that initial that initial shot from winning, then we just ate up the TV coverage and the media talking about how great we were. It was just awesome, man. It was awesome.
When the media, I assume, was all probably giving the Pats a lot more coverage, and obviously they're trying to get this perfect season off, was that fueling you guys? Like, okay, you guys are doubting us.
Oh, man. Listen, man, I post this thing all the time where everybody's picking throughout the weeks of the Super Bowl, throughout the weeks of the playoff. Howie Long and Jimmy Johnson and all of those guys on, I guess, Fox, picking. I got the Patriots. It's not going to be close. They got lucky in week 17. But this is the New England Patriots, stuff like that. People were like, who else was it? Eric Allen said something about us going to Green Bay and talking about You go into Green Bay, it's a different atmosphere in there. And the NFC Championship game is going to be cold. You got Brett Favre standing there looking down at that team and at the Giants. I'm like, dude, shut up, man. Like, really, bro? Like, really? We went and played ball, and we didn't care nothing about Brett Favre staring down and looking down on his team. We looked down on him. We won the game.
Yeah.
So, all of that stuff, man, it's kind of like, we ate that up. We ate it up.
And I remember, I'm pretty sure you were telling me that you said Brian Dawkins was probably one of the toughest guys you faced up against in your career.
Absolutely. Hands down. No question.
For
me.
For you. Okay. Interesting. Was there who else kind of, what do you think would stack up to him in terms of some of the best guys to ever kind of match up with you?
I played against Sean Taylor a few times. And this is for me with Dawkins adding up through years, seeing, like competing with him. So I can't say other than Sean Taylor had that type of presence, where he could have been one of the toughest competitors for me anyway, if he'd had longevity.
Yeah.
If the tragedy wouldn't have happened to him, he was definitely on his way. But for me, the toughest and the most competitive opponent I've ever faced, is Brian Dawkins.
Wow. That's wild. And then so a couple of years later, matching up again with New England in the Super Bowl, were you guys like, it's over? We already got their number?
Well, we felt like we had their number because we played them again earlier that season in Foxborough, and we beat them pretty easy. It was 21-14 or something in that matter, where it was a one possession game type thing. But clearly, if you were watching the game, you saw who won the game. You saw who won the game. Even if you were listening to the broadcast of the game, you would still know who won the game. We were just more physical, than what they were. We just brought it to them. Ahmad was out. Danny was out there. Like, I played the game. Me and Danny played the game, but Derek and Ahmad both was out, and I was just running. We did the best we can do, but we took it to him. We took him to him. I mean, it wasn't really a match. The score showed you otherwise, but being in the game and we dominated them easy.
Yeah. And then
so the second time wasn't really a big, thing, but we knew we was about to take it to him because they wanted revenge again. We already knew that, so went and took it to him again.
So tonight, recording this on Thursday, Brady is matching up against Nick Foles on Thursday Night Football. Which win do you think Brady wishes he gotten of the two? Losing to him in Philly a couple of years ago, or losing to you guys in 07?
Losing to us in 07.
Not even.
I mean, it's just so much. It's just so much that comes with 2007 a year. They were undefeated. The only other team that did that before them was the Dolphins.
I think 72. Yeah. Yeah, but I think
the 72 Dolphins, and they were like 12-13 or something like that, right?
Yeah. I think there was 2 less games.
Yeah, something like that, and they would have broken that record, which they broke the record anyway because they had the most wins. 16-0.
Yeah.
When they finished, but going through a season undefeated with 19 wins is unheard of. So they it would have been great, and I know he wish he could have had that one back.
Yeah.
He would have been the only quarterback that would have constructed something so great, being as great as he is. So I definitely think he wish he could have had 2007 back.
Yeah. And then after you finally took down Tiki's record and became the New York Giants all-time leader in rushing touchdowns, what does that mean for your confidence, that your legacy?
It meant a lot. It kind of left something. It's kind of left something in Giant history that I left. That I was a part of. Everybody else is in the record books for something. People, Giant greats. Lawrence Taylor, Harry Carson, people like that. Phil Simms, Michael Strahan, guys like Tiki with 10,000 rushing yards. Stuff like that. It just feels great for me to be among guys, like that. Being a part of a guy that holds the New York Giants record, and it feels good to me.
Yeah. Have they given you any inclination when they're gonna add you to the Ring of Fame, Team Ring of Honor? I'm not sure which one they call
I have no idea. I have not spoke to anyone about it. People
Somebody should
ask
be
me all the
listening to
time.
this. That's a good idea. Somebody should be listening to this.
No, no one I talked to. I haven't talked to anyone about it. People, people always ask me. I don't know what they look for. I don't know what criteria is needed to be able to be in the Ring of Honor. I don't know what they're looking for. I've never made a Pro Bowl. I was close. I was an alternate once, but that's the closest I got. I never got enough votes. So I don't know if that's one of the factors that has to be in it or not. I really don't know.
I know this year they got a lot on their plate, so maybe they're not focusing on the legends and they're trying to focus on what the hell's going on. We need to get a win. I don't even know who they're playing.
Right.
They're playing Dallas this
Absolutely.
week. So if Dak gets them this week, that's not gonna be pretty. Yeah. And then so when did you kind of know you were already retired? Did your body was kind of giving out on you, or
Yeah. My body stopped responding to injury. Like what I mean when I say something. Usually, like early on in my career, I get hurt and I'll be out for like 2 weeks, a week, 2 weeks. Light practice. But as I got older, man, them injuries was lasting longer. It just seemed like the stuff wasn't healing, and had to keep getting my knee drained, get fluid out of my knee just to practice. As the fluid built up through practice, I got to get the fluid out of my knee again before I play. And again, that's just practice, because Coach Dawkins said, if you don't practice, you can't play. At least that's how I was treated, you know. So I did what I had to do. Practice was never. If I took 4 or 5 plays of practice, I practiced. I was out. I was dressed. I was out there going to plays, doing my thing. So, and I got tired of doing that, and I just said it was done. And I didn't love it enough like that. A lot of my teammates I came in with, a lot of guys I won Super Bowls with, and I had a chance to, just be my brothers throughout the time. And now they weren't there anymore. So I started feeling like, man, it's barely know a lot of these people. I won a Super Bowl with people like Hakeem Nicks and people like that. So he was there, and I felt comfortable there. But a lot of new guys I just didn't know. I just started bringing in people that was part of from Cleveland Browns and other places, and I didn't really So I'm like, no, I just said to myself, I'll just retire. The money wasn't really like that for me at that point. So I'm like, nah, I'm good.
yeah?
Go ahead and hang it up.
I
Not worth it anymore.
Is Eli first ballot Hall of Famer in your eyes?
Absolutely. First ballot Hall of Fame.
And
First ballot.
and also,
And his name should be the first one called when they introduce him.
yeah,
as well.
Do you think the Jags have given Coughlin a little bit of a bad name in recent years?
I don't know the personality of the Jaguars administration.
Right.
Don't know their personality.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And then so I want to ask you about what you're doing now. So I know you're doing a lot of coaching in the Atlanta area. So what made you decide to get into coaching, and then how did you kind of like immerse yourself in that?
I'm coaching, yeah. So I coach at a high school by the name of St. Francis High School here in Alpharetta, Georgia. And I also run a youth football program, which is the North Atlanta Giants, that plays and practices out of St. Francis High School. That's what I do, man. I work with kids. I try to teach. I try to teach kids, how to play the game. Try to give them, the life lessons through football. You know, Embarrassment. I try to take them through everything. I embarrass them because that's what they're gonna. You got to learn how to live with embarrassment. So I teach them some of everything, all the goods, the bads, the uglies, what to expect, what to do, what not to do, type situations. You know, all kinds of things as young kids, and I'm coaching and pretty much raising and teaching young kids, like young men that's gonna be husbands, that's gonna be fathers. I want them to be good at that stuff. I want them to know what they need to do. So I kind of treat a lot of the kids. I treat them a little different.
Yeah.
And I love doing it.
Yeah, it's awesome. And a question: are any kids in any that you coached or that maybe you previously coached that are making their ways up in the ranks that we should keep an eye out for?
So when I started with my kids, they're still, my kids are still in 8th grade right now. So I got a lot of them, man. I can name a whole team. I can name a whole team. I got one of my kids now. I got 2 of my kids now playing high school ball. Let's just start with these 2, Jaden Jenkins and Andrew Hines. Both have bright futures and definitely got opportunity for people to be looking at them on the next level.
Oh, cool. And if they don't get D1 recommendations, would you recommend they go to Coffeeville? Do you still keep them track of them? Keep in touch with them there?
Absolutely, I recommend they go to Coffeeville. Absolutely, no question about it at all. That is not even a question. If they don't get the proper looks that they need to go Division 1, both of my well, a lot of my kids, it's gonna go. I'm gonna definitely have, man. Listen, go there. You're gonna have opportunity to get re-recruited, and you're gonna have fun. You're gonna love it. My old coach, Coach Like, I don't know how much longer he's gonna be coach there. My running back coach is still there, Coach Dickie
Really?
Rose. I don't know how long he's going to keep going. Yes, they're still there. And I was saying any of my kids at Coffeeville Community College in their heartbeat, raving up.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then, so for people that want to find more information about North Atlantic Giants, how can they find that?
Well, we have a website. It's www.nagfootball.com. It's www.nagfootball.com.
Cool. And then, how can people keep up with you on social media? I know Sunday afternoons haven't been pleasant the past 4 weeks. Hopefully, brighter future going on. I know the division's up for grabs, which is crazy. But how can people find you on social media and keep up what you're doing?
Well, of course, I have. You can just search my name on Instagram, and I'm Gator Boy or RP on Twitter. I don't really share a lot of my life and what I do on my social media. So, but those are the places you can find me.
Cool. Awesome. Well, listen, it's been a lot of fun. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat. And I'm going to post this tomorrow. I'll tag you and everything. But I do appreciate you taking time, especially with the technical difficulties. I got these things on. I feel like I'm going to JFK or Newark Airport. But this has been a lot of fun. I just want to thank you again.